Maybe I could build some tanks with help with Operation Barbarossa. Maybe you already have some, just came in here. I already have tanks. Messe is using them. And he's the one who's currently trying to go down through Egypt. With some success. Like that looks like a cutoff right there, so please make it happen. More naval bombardments on Malta. Helfrich! Is that Helfrich? That's not, it's Harwood. Never mind. I just noticed there were Dutch submarines there and assumed. Whoa! Now that is an engagement I am looking forward to seeing the results of. Come on, crush their screens. Sink them! Sink them! At least one. Yes, we got one. Revenge! And then you're heading home. Well, I'm going to say that these guys need to go and repair, which they can then go and do. Marvellous. My bombing of Malta is doing good. Meanwhile, my air control of everything is also doing good. And I don't need you to be assigned to that anymore. Ah, that's just you. Tel Aviv has fallen. They're trying a naval invasion here, but that's not going to work. And I am basically out of manpower. Also, these fast divisions are almost finished, so let's go ahead and deploy you. Cancel you. Start you training. Might soon be time to change manpower laws. How are the casualties looking, actually? Germany's lost 327,000, I've lost 70,000, Slovakia's lost 8. Wow, 1.2 million to 400,000. I'd say we're doing okay. Britain's lost 317,000. Canada's lost 53. South Africa's lost 5. Netherlands has lost 24. Denmark lost 93. Crikey. Free France has lost 500,000. Ah, this is going to be the Vichy fleets versus the British fleets. Has Franco joined the Axis? No, he still has his national spirit, which stops him from doing so. I think it's that one. Recovering from the Civil War. Join faction tension limit plus 50%. AI modifier desire to be in or expand a faction minus 200. It basically just stops them joining anyone. And until they get rid of recovering from the Civil War, they can't do anything. I don't remember when it finishes. They don't have a focus tree, so it's kind of hard to see. What shall I do with these units? I mean, we are at war with Norway. Right now we do control the Danish belts and lower Baltics. So I could launch a naval invasion of Oslo. These are my mountain troops. Or I could send them to Africa to help in the push south through Egypt. Or actually, no, I should have them over here. Yeah, that would be a much better idea, actually. So, new plans. White units, your job's going to be to push through here. Just take out Free France. Then yellows, your job is now going to be to garrison all of my lovely new holdings in northern Africa. To make sure that nobody naval invades me. Like so. Make it happen.
Pronto all'azione. Formazione. Ordini. Avanzate. Pronto.
Let's give you a proper order, because I have a feeling half of you weren't actually doing anything. Go. That's more like it. Now, I do want you...
Pronto.
It doesn't matter, we can use the yellows for that. You go and capture those. That one. You go and capture that one. And that'll do. And that's a bit of Vichy, so I can't take it. But I did take the rest, so it's all good. Greece. Greece we can do after the German military cooperation. We still have an army lined up against Greece. Although that's true. Greece is going to be lots and lots of mountains.
Pronto all'azione. Pronto, signore.
And then let's bring you down here to deal with them. Then if I need more Italian forces, or Africa forces, then I can do that. In fact,
Comandi.
you being responsible for the entire coastline, I want to make sure that they can't just land more troops here from the Atlantic. Fall of France has definitely been a good thing. Took a bit of pressure off of us. So has Britain lost any ships, really? No, not really. I have. I've lost a lot. That one naval engagement, I'm shocked it went so poorly. Usually ships will run away way before anything that destructive occurs. But apparently that did not happen here. Oh, we are slowly but surely sinking some of these screens, which is good. But it's a slow process. Because apparently my heavy ships can't hit anything. Go and repair. But at least they're not going toe-to-toe with the Royal Navy this time. That's too many out for repairs, so we'll just send you home to not fight stuff. Concentrated Industry 3. Destroyer numbers are increasing, which is good. Meanwhile, losses elsewhere continue to rise. But they do seem to be concentrating most of their fleets in that zone, so I don't care quite so much about that. Okay, the white units are lining up for Greece. Purples should be arriving over here soon. Although I don't know how much help we will actually need to give them. Because this feels like area that Vichy should be able to take out pretty quickly. Alright, so that was a production thing. I think I want to get more rubber supplies going. Although it's February 1940. We could start researching like better naval bombers, for example. Although all of that is going to cost more rubber to produce more aircraft, so let's get the rubber processing going. Would Turkey be a good target for oil reserves of Iraq? No, because I can just attack from here. Don't need Turkey. Yeah, see, the entire Royal Navy still seems to be bottled up over on this side. At least my destroyers are keeping them... sorry, my submarines are keeping them nice and busy. Soviet Union declared war on Finland. Soviet diplomats have presented an ultimatum to the government of Finland, demanding higher adjustments in the region of Karelia. Despite a significant build-up of Soviet forces on the border, Helsinki has rejected these demands, stating that not a single foot of Finnish soil will be willingly given to Russian aggressors. International observers fear that a Soviet invasion may be imminent. This could be a sponsored stream for the World of Warships. They just released the Italian cruiser line. Oh, I wish I'd known that. I would have contacted them. Never mind. Also, I'm not playing World of Warships, so I don't know how they feel about advertising other people's games. Lost some subs. That's not good. Aircraft not doing a huge amount of damage. Getting a good amount of naval experience, but not a huge amount of air. And I really need to start researching 1940 destroyers and battleships. I'd say probably battleships more so. So I can wrest control of the Mediterranean back again. Bearing in mind that they will take a year or two to produce. Have you turned off your automatic reinforcement? I thought I set that to be 20. There we are. Oh, you lost a battleship and a heavy cruiser. Oh no, they're repairing. Never mind. No, you haven't. I'm down to just 1,000 manpower. Apparently this fight down here is difficult and brutal. Doesn't look like we're taking attrition or anything, though. It's just difficult.
Pronto, signore.
Jazz wins, and there it is. Manpower's gone. Okay, well, I would say that it is probably time for a war with Greece. What kind of Roman Empire are we restoring if we do not include Greece? It would be an easy target. Still losing submarines out here. Still sinking convoys, though. So I'm going to call Worth. Are you moron sailing through? You are totally sailing through here. I just realised those are probably troop transports.
Attento.
We haven't lost any, though. Thankfully.
Si, signore.
Meanwhile, how's the battle down here going? You are holding. That's the important thing. We're making it difficult for them to advance into Ethiopia. Even if our actual infrastructure down here is getting more and more limited. But this is going to be primarily like the South African troops fighting against us. And possibly the remnants of Belgium. Okay, Messe, stop attacking. Build up some planning preparation. Let's do this properly. Otherwise we're just sending troops to their deaths. We're not pushing them hard enough.
Comandi.
Okay. We're going to need to retake all of this as well. They're opening up another front, unfortunately. Oof, 3 submarines lost. That's a new fighter type, which we can now upgrade to. I'm going to start researching the new battleship. But first I'm going to research the armor scheme. And then we'll start researching the battleship. Meanwhile, that needs to be upgraded to the new fighter. And we need to build... We could lay down another Maharo, but that's going to be another year or so before we actually release it. Let's start building some more tier 2 subs, just with any spare production that we have right now. Ah, here we go. Oh no, those are Vichy. Damn it. I saw the French flag, it's like, oh, we sank Frenchies. No, those are friendly French. Curses. Just the South African troops. That means that Jan Smuts is the only person to sign the peace treaties for World War I and II. Sorely underrated person. I don't know nearly enough about South Africa in the First or Second World Wars. In fact, I was thinking earlier, like, except for Montgomery fighting in, like, El Alamein and Tobruk and stuff like that, we know nothing about the British or anyone's exploits in Africa. And, like, the Battle for the Mediterranean, which were probably some of the most brutal naval conflicts that the British fought in, never studied them. No idea what happened in the Mediterranean between the British and the Italians. We do a little bit about, like, the trying to find German ships around the UK, but that's not where the naval battles happened. They happened in the Mediterranean. Hey, Barack. I know almost nothing about alcohol, only some of the nation's origin trade goods, like champagne from Champagne and bourbon from Kentucky. They are trying to counterattack me here, and are taking a ton of really brutal attrition in the process. I'm kind of okay letting them. Bring it. Hungary has joined the Axis. Welcome to the bad guys. Are we the bad guys? Meanwhile, Germany's sending troops probably to go and fight these guys. The Second Vienna Award. A treaty has been signed at Vienna following German arbitration that will see northern Transylvania restored to Hungarian rule. The territory had previously been awarded to the Kingdom of Romania upon the conclusion of World War I, and is still populated by ethnic Bulgarians and Turks. Regardless of the reasoning, the Kingdom of Romania stands as being significantly weakened.
Avanzate!
Alright. The next front shall be over here, and will be to push them back to the sea. Carry on! Oh, now we're suffering attrition. Oof. Okay. Supply problems? Just in that one zone. Once we leave that zone, we'll probably be okay. Join more from Hungary? Yeah. Come along, have some fun! Ooh, that German tank just arrived right in time. Where the hell are they going? Oh, through Spain? Nope. Oh, they're probably sailing to here to help against the southern Vichy and Free France territories. You know, Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, Togo, that type of area. And yes, I totally had to click on those countries to see what they were. I don't have to do that in many places. Don't know about the land battles like Beda, Fom, Tobruk and Gazala. Tobruk I do, I mentioned that one alongside El Alamein, but the others? No. And the one where the Australians held out for however long it was, I know about that one, insofar as the Australians were there and they held. British lost a big fleet around Greece in World War II, the Germans built their big guns in the islands. Didn't know about that either. Hey, Templin! How dare you put beginner friendly and Hearts of Iron 4 in the same sentence. I know, it's super hardcore, and only super hardcore people are allowed to play this, but really, no. I just want to make it accessible, so if anyone has questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. Like the beginning of the video of demand on this one, well, beginning of this stream and the previous stream, I go very slowly explaining all the actions as I'm undertaking them. We're now a little bit further on, so most of it should be fairly open. I'm just kind of playing now. Also, we just sank a big British boat of some kind. And we are still hunting down their massive fleet. Like, a lot of those big ships are very, very low in organization. And the lower ships are in organisation, the less damage they do. So now, because of the harassment they've had at the hands of my submarines, would have been a good time to go after them. Too bad I don't have any boats to do that with. Otherwise, I would say that the war in Africa is going okay.
Si, signore.
Okay, you guys have planning preparation done. Counterattack. Do we have airbase nearby? We do. We are providing air support. It's just a kind of difficult area to attack through. How long until the war on Greece? 36 days. I don't want any of my ships repairing in any of these ports, because you will just get bombed. Catching a couple of their ships out, but not a huge number. I really need more manpower. I think once we got the war with Greece, I'm just going to have to sit back and just manpower up for a bit. Did the Italian Navy achieve anything in World War II? That's going to be a question for chat. Do ships consume manpower? Yes. What's the best number of destroyers to put into a fleet to properly screen? You want 4 destroyers for every 1 capital ship. Do I think destroyers and submarine navy is good? I see some advanced tactics about it. It's almost like win guaranteed. It's definitely not win guaranteed, because if you're just using destroyers, they're kind of easy to sink with light cruisers or possibly heavy cruisers. But it certainly help. I mean, it's certainly a potent combination. You will see some results. Destroyers to protect your own convoys and then submarines to attack theirs. The problem with that is if you're going very heavy submarines, and you're very likely to go down the naval doctrine, the trade interdiction, which has almost no destroyer upgrades. Like, trade interdiction destroyers are terrible. So if you wanted that balance to work, you probably want fleet and being. You just wouldn't bother with this tree. Just get these 2. But that's effectively what I did as Greece. Massively ramped up my submarine production, went with a couple of destroyers to protect my own shipping. And that's what I concentrated on. That's what I relied on.
Pronto all'azione.
My fuel stocks are getting a little bit low. What's costing me the most fuel? My airforce. Not that surprising. You guys repaired? Pretty much. Yep. Okay, you have my permission to continue strike forcing. Go. And with that, I need to find more oil. Oh, hi, Iran. Let's get 6. How's my civilian factories stock looking? Oh, we've got 33, we're fine. Why is all of the supply coming through one port? No, we have enough supply. We're good. Undersea blockade. That's going to be boosting our submarines. Let's boost the submarines some more. Seeing as they're the only ships that are really fighting right now. I will need to upgrade my capital ships, though. For sure. Meanwhile, how are we doing down in Ethiopia? I mean, we're being pushed back, but the more they push us back, the smaller this pocket becomes, the more aggressively we can hold it, because we just have more and more troops in the same small area. Not withdrawing, not until these guys arrive.
Avanti!
Still losing a couple of submarines. Alright.
Attento. Pronto all'azione.
Let's just take all of that land back again. We are now directly attacking Casablanca, so that's going to be good. Let's see if we can sneak along the sides here. Just take this territory back. Then once we have this, all we need to do is leave a garrison at the port. And North Africa is secure. I'm going to let Germany and Vichy fight over this area. That's attrition nightmare. I don't want to touch it. But I do want to try and bail out Ethiopia if I can. Wasn't it like the Italians tried to capture Greece for months and then the Germans showed up and conquered it in like 2 weeks with paratroopers? Yeah, I think so. Italian leadership in both world wars is really bad. Yeah, judging by the quality of the commanders, with the exception of Messe, it's pretty poor. Oh, did not realise that I was not paused. Trying to read chat there. Yeah, I know I can always conquer Iraq, and I might well need to. I mean, once we've freed up against Greece, then we'll probably will turn around and attack Iraq, though. Oh no, we can attack from this whole front, like Vichy is on our side, of course. Okay, it looks like we're making some slow progress down here against the Africa. No, these are Brits. Messe has been wounded. Alright. Immediate halting on all attacks in this area until you recover. Also, wow, you are really under fighting strength. Manpower. We are very, very low on manpower. 40,000. "33 capital ships." I saw that. Blimey. Anyway, we've just taken their last port here. So we can just wait until they starve and then crush. Unfortunately, fighting through here is absolutely horrific. So I think what I'm going to do is split half of you out. And just tell you to rest up here. Just going to draw a fallback line right there. And send you back to that. Hopefully that helps for the rest of you. Can I explain how long it takes to get that manpower law into effect? It's entirely dependent on 1, buying the law, and 2, war support. The higher your war support, the faster you mobilize. And we are sinking a whole chain of British submarines. Yay. So it looks like the Air Force is finally doing something. I wonder if their war fleet is stuck here or something.